There are some football managers who leave a club, and there are others who leave a scar. Jose Morinho left Real Madrid in 2013. 13 years later, he has walked back through the same doors. But this time, everything is different. The players are different. The football has changed. The pressure has changed. And Morinho himself is no longer the same man. Because Real Madrid aren't bringing him back simply because of nostalgia. They aren't bringing him back because of what he achieved 13 years ago. They're bringing him back because something has gone wrong. For 2 consecutive seasons, Real Madrid have failed to win a major trophy. And in Madrid, 2 years without silverware can feel like an eternity. So now comes the question nobody can escape. Can Jose Morinho still win trophies? Or will this legendary manager become another chapter in Real Madrid's increasingly complicated search for identity?
Now is that Real Madrid are winning absolute everything. It can be the treble, it can be the Champions League, the Grammy, the Oscar, the World Cup, everything, because the last 5 minutes of episode 3 was absolutely amazing. It was what I wanted to hear. It was what I was waiting for. Because Jose was saying, I still want to win trophies. I want to win old trophies. I want to win new trophies. I want to go to new places. I want to go to repeated places. And they mentioned him going to Real Madrid. But there was one part, the most important part, and that was one of the pundits, one of the media, one of the reporters that said, it's the special one really the man to save Real Madrid. And it's true. Jose's coming in to save Real Madrid. And I actually think this might be his toughest task that he's ever had to do. Yes, I know he won the treble with Inter, he won the Champions League with Porto, he won a back-to-back with Chelsea, going back to Chelsea, winning another league title, going to Real Madrid and ending that little pep thing. But bro, I actually think this task, this role that he has right now is actually impossible to do, because we've seen the last 2 years. We already know, everyone knows that this triangle between Jude and Mbappe and Vinny is not going to work out. We're expecting Jose to come in and fix it. So if Jose does somehow come and fix it, if Real Madrid actually wins something with Jose, because the last 3 managers couldn't, and everyone knows, everyone looking into Real Madrid knows that this is not going to work out. But if Jose is the man to save Real Madrid, greatest ever, fam.
When Jose Morinho arrived at Real Madrid in 2010, he wasn't walking into an ordinary football club. He was walking into a war. Barcelona were dominating Spanish football. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona had become the benchmark of European football. Possession, pressing, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, and Real Madrid needed someone who could challenge them. Florentino Perez believed he had found the man, Jose Morinho, the man who had conquered England, the man who had conquered Italy, the man who had taken Inter Milan to a historic treble, and the man who had already conquered Europe twice. Morinho didn't arrive in Madrid promising beautiful football. He arrived promising victory. And in his first 3 seasons, he delivered trophies: the Copa del Rey, La Liga, the Spanish Super Cup. But one achievement stood above them all: the 2011-12 league campaign. Real Madrid won La Liga with 100 points. They scored 121 goals. They won 32 league matches. And they finished with a goal difference of plus 89. It wasn't merely a championship. It was a declaration. Morinho had taken Madrid into the heart of Barcelona's dominance and beaten them at their own level. But there was one trophy that escaped him: the Champions League. 3 attempts, 3 semi-final exits. And eventually, the relationship between Morinho and Real Madrid began to collapse. The 3rd season became toxic. The dressing room was divided. The relationship with sections of the media became hostile. And Morinho eventually left in 2013. 3 trophies, but no European crown. 13 years later, the special one is back. To understand why Morinho is back, you have to understand why Real Madrid wanted him. The 2025-26 season was supposed to be another chapter in Madrid's modern golden era. Instead, it became a warning. The club ended the season without a major trophy. Barcelona won La Liga. Madrid lost the Spanish Super Cup final to Barcelona. They were eliminated from the Copa del Rey by Albacete, and their Champions League journey ended against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. The club went through multiple coaches. Carlo Ancelotti's era had ended. Xabi Alonso arrived. Then Alonso departed. Álvaro Arbeloa took over. And still, Madrid couldn't find stability. For a club like Real Madrid, this isn't simply a bad season. It's an identity crisis. Because Madrid don't measure success by performances alone. They measure success in trophies. And that is why Florentino Perez turned back to Jose Morinho. The decision was officially confirmed on June 11, 2026. Morinho signed a contract until June 2029, 13 years after leaving the club. The special one was officially coming home. But this isn't the same Real Madrid Morinho left. And Morinho isn't the same Morinho who left. At 63 years old, Jose Morinho has seen almost everything football can throw at a manager. Champions League triumphs, league titles, dressing room battles, public criticism, dismissals, comebacks, and disappointments. Since leaving Madrid, Morinho managed Chelsea again, Manchester United, Tottenham, Roma, Fenerbahce, Benfica. He won the Europa League with Manchester United. He won the Europa Conference League with Roma in 2022. But something changed. The trophies became less frequent. The league titles disappeared. And by the time Morinho returned to Real Madrid, his last trophy was 4 years old. That is why this comeback feels different. Morinho isn't simply trying to prove that he can coach. He is trying to prove that he can still dominate. And his own words suggest that he understands the responsibility. When Morinho spoke about returning to Madrid, he described the job as a mission, not simply about himself, not about how many trophies he personally wins, but about creating a culture of work, responsibility, and ambition. That sounds like a different Morinho. But is it? Because beneath the calmer interviews, the same Morinho is still there. The obsession with details, the demand for discipline, the emphasis on mentality, the belief that football matches are psychological battles, and most importantly, the belief that winning is a habit. And Morinho hasn't returned to an empty dressing room. Real Madrid have rebuilt. The club has brought in 6 major additions during the summer. Marc Cucurella, Ibrahima Konate, Denzel Dumfries, Bernardo Silva, Carlos Espí, and one of the biggest statements of the summer, Yan Diomande. The 19-year-old Ivorian arrived from RB Leipzig in a deal reportedly worth up to around 140 million euros. But the most interesting signing may not be the most expensive. Bernardo Silva, a player Morinho knows extremely well, a player capable of operating between midfield and attack, a player who brings intelligence, technical quality, and experience. And behind them is a squad filled with enormous talent. Courtois, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Huijsen, Rudiger, Cucurella, Dumfries, Bellingham, Camavinga, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, Bernardo Silva, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappé, and others. On paper, this team should scare Europe. But football is not played on paper, because Real Madrid have another problem. They have stars, but do those stars function as a team? This could be Mourinho's greatest tactical challenge. Kylian Mbappé wants space, Vinicius wants space, Bellingham wants freedom, and Real Madrid have built an attack around some of the most gifted players in world football. But Mourinho's football traditionally begins with structure, roles, balance, responsibilities. You don't simply tell 11 superstars to go onto the pitch and express themselves. You build a system. You decide who presses, who covers, who stays, who attacks, who sacrifices. And that is where the question becomes fascinating. Can Mourinho convince Mbappé to sacrifice? Can he convince Vinicius to defend when necessary? Can Bellingham become part of a structured midfield without losing the freedom that makes him dangerous? Because Mourinho's greatest weapon has never simply been tactics. It has been clarity. Every player knows what is expected. And if you don't do it, you don't play. That philosophy made Mourinho successful with some of the greatest teams in Europe. But it has also created conflict. and Real Madrid's dressing room has enough personalities to make this experiment fascinating. So, can Mourinho win trophies? The answer is yes. But that isn't really the question. The real question is, can this Mourinho win trophies with this Real Madrid? Because the club doesn't need another manager who can simply win football matches. Madrid needs someone who can restore identity, someone who can create discipline, someone who can make superstars believe in a collective mission, someone who can turn talent into a team. And perhaps that is why Florentino Perez brought Mourinho back. Not because Mourinho is the manager he was in 2010, but because Madrid believe he might be exactly the manager they need in 2026. The club has invested heavily. The squad has been refreshed. Vinicius has committed his future to Madrid. The club has brought in experienced players, young players, defensive reinforcements, and creative quality. Now Mourinho has the ingredients, but ingredients don't win trophies. The manager does.